Watch this review here. We look at Hawkman from the DC Universe Classics Wave 6, aka the Kalibak Wave. Hawkman comes with the right arm of Kalibak. And like Killer Moth, looks really great in packaging. I just hope he looks as good out of box. Apparently, his first appearance was in Flash Comics #1, January 1940. For all those colorful facts and more, you can pause your video and read the information on the back, or just go to Wikipedia, which has all that and more. And before we actually look at Hawkman, let's just take a quick gander at the Connect and Connect piece he comes with. Now you'll notice that from the factory the joint comes all funny, so I don't know what's up with that, but you know, ours is not to question why, ours is what to do and die. And there we go. No, that doesn't do it. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, that looks more natural. And, as in the other video, I'm just going to quickly snap this in. Once again, to pull a page out of the Review Spots playbook. This does not want to go in there. By the way, I admire his crazy little bat-like tattoo. There we go. So yeah, now we have the completed upper torso. As for our good pal Hawkman here, he comes with his nth metal mace, a signature hawk-like shield, different from the Hawkgirl one because it has a different attachment, a very tiny sword that he was keeping in a scabbard over here. So yeah, he's definitely loaded with accessories. And before you even think that this is just a recycled torso for a more muscular character, there's one important detail added on. That's right, he's got nipples. Which I guess is a very important detail. In addition, his arms have veins just bulging out in random places, as well as a little bleed from the shield over here. I guess where it's scraped and boxed. You'll see the same veins bulging the shoulders. None in the actual torso though, which is kind of cheesy. The wings on him are incredible. They just flip out like this. I think I kind of prefer these over the wings that Angel has from the Marvel Legends Sentinel line, just because these do expand and do all sorts of other cool stuff. Although I wish they were 3-panel instead of 2 panels, so then you'd have a mid-panel coming out right here. So it'd look more fleshed out, but I guess you can kind of settle for this because it does look cool. You'll notice that there's a good amount of paint detailing here, where it fades between shades of white, deep gray, and then a light gray for an in-between, but the rest of the figure doesn't have any paint detailing at all. It's just a solid orange for the face, plain white eyes, no pupils, a different shade of orange for the beak area, and then just solid colors for everything else. Unlike Killer Moth, who I actually should have a review coming up at the same time, he has one open hand and one closed, which is what I'm used to. So I guess Killer Moth was just the aberration like I'd originally mentioned. But in general, you know, with the detail and everything, I've always thought that Hawkman kind of looks like he more belongs in the He-Man universe in the DC universe, but that's just me. Come to think of it, I think DC probably predates He-Man, but I can never remember these things. By the way, that's the sword in its holster. You can't really see it, but not holster. It's just a little strap here. It's not even like a sheath or a scabbard or anything. It's just, I guess a holster would be the right word actually, so I'm going with that. In terms of articulation, we have a rotating wrist here, a single point here at the elbow, a rotating bicep, but bigger muscles means that the character's arm will occasionally jam, but not really. It's just a little bit larger than Killer Moth's here. You can mostly see it from the side where it's just a bit wider. So you know they do use slightly different limbs and so forth. Standard ball shoulder. Head moves side to side, and then won't really move up, which you can probably guess just from looking at it, to think of it. We have a ab/diaphragm joint here. Waist does not want to move, but there it goes. And then we have the standard leg. Point here at the thigh, point here at the knee, and then a point at the ankle. All in all, pretty cool figure. Originally I wasn't going to get him because I'd already bought the arm, so now I guess I have his spare arm, because I was assuming that, well, I mean, usually he's a more expensive figure, but I managed to get him pretty cheap. All in all, he's a pretty cool figure. Definitely happy I managed to pick him up. Can't really do much with the mace, though, because it just straps onto the arm. It doesn't have any other way to, I guess, hold it. He is 6.5 inches tall. I know I didn't do a scale or even mention the height on the Killer Moth, but that was just because, I mean, this figure just so doesn't do it for me that it's not even funny. I mean, that opinion might change. I mean, I definitely like Mongol a lot more than I did when I bought him, so, you know, moving targets. Once again, the strongest feature on this, which is, I guess, the big selling point here, are probably the wings and the fact that the torso actually has a lot of muscular detailing here on the arms. And, you know, I mean, this torso look just works a lot better when it's normal flesh as opposed to a costume. So yeah, I definitely think he's one of the nicer figures this wave. Until next time, folks.